Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to your Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. Today is the second challenge and we're going to jump right into it. All right. So let me give you a little bit of what are we going to be building today. We're going to be creating a stunning homepage to showcase your products with a modern design in a modern look. So what I did here for as far as inspiration, what I did is just like gather some inspiration of products, like sneakers and cars and even a ship. But yeah, you can see here different treatments, a very minimalistic approach, a very like straightforward. I love this type of type treatment where you have the product on the front and then you have the typeface on the back. That's kind of cool. This is very nice too. Very simple, very minimalistic. Yeah, and we're gonna get some inspiration from here, and then we're gonna build our own. All right, so let's get started right away. Here are some of the assets I put together for for all of us. Some components I created so that way we can go through this pretty quick because I wanted to include some animations and some micro interactions in there. So let's get started. Like first things first, let's create our artboard by pressing A or just like going into your toolbox here on the left and clicking on the artboard. And then on the right hand side, you can just see all your options here. We're gonna go with the web desktop 1920 by 1080. And then once you are in there, let's just double click the artboard. Let's just rename this to cosmetic website, right? Why not? Since we are doing a cosmetic product website, we're gonna just call it cosmetic website. All right, so first things first, if you see here on the bottom left, you have your layers panel, you have your plugins, and you have your libraries. So what I like to do is like start creating a background color, and then I have two colors here that are very dominant colors, primary colors. So I'm gonna just go ahead and create a background. So I'm gonna grab the rectangle tool and then just draw a rectangle across the whole artboard. Let's just like remove the border. And then what I'm going to do is just click on the color and then let's create a gradient, a linear gradient, and then pull the top one to the top right and then the bottom one to the bottom left. And then let's pick this color. So I press the eyedropper and then just like click on that color that I like. I think that works. You can tweak it, like if you can go like here or like even expand it in there, but I want to see some of that pink coming through. Perfect. I think that's great. So again, this is just my background. So I'm going to go into my layers panel and I'm going to just like rename this like pretty quick. And I'm going to lock this in place by clicking that lock or pressing Command L. So I lock that in there, and then I'm going to start bringing some of these elements into the site. But before we do that, let me just like click on the artboard and then press the grid layout here. And then what I want to do is just bring some guidelines. So you see on the left here, you see those double arrows, just like they pop. Just drag one and put it like right there, and then drag another one and put it at the end of it. So that way we have some guidelines. So they can turn it off again. I can turn it off, and that's it. There you go. So let's bring all these by, I don't know, by just like copying everything. You can just like Control C or Command C on your PC and then just start pasting things in there. I think this is part of the navigation, so I'm gonna just grab it. These are components already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them here at the top. Maybe this is kind of like the logo, and then here is my navigation items, and I'm just gonna perfectly center them, and then let's move this to the left a little bit, and then bring these icons to the right, and then let's just group them together. And I'm gonna call this nav. Okay, that's perfect. Let's see what else we can do here. I'm gonna start bringing some of the other components, like this, for example. This is a background image, so I'm just gonna paste it in here and then put it in here. Can I make this a little bit bigger? And it's moving because it's the component. So what I'm gonna do is Command C, Control C on a PC, and then right click and just ungroup everything. And then what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to, let's see, I have a background, which is this, and I'm gonna go into the middle right there. And then I have the mask, and then I'm gonna just move the mask here. And then I think my image actually moves. So I'm gonna grab the image and just move it like about there. That's pretty good. All right, I like that. And then you see, like if we zoom in here, you see that it's on top of my navigation. So I'm gonna bring it down. So I'm gonna just group this, call it BG image. And then you can even either drag it or just like right click and bring to back. So that way we can see it. There you go. All right. So what else are we bringing in here? We're gonna do the same treatment they have, because I really like that. So we're gonna have the product in the front, and then we're gonna have the typeface, the type treatment on the back. So I'm gonna grab the skin. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna paste it on my artboard. There you go. That's kind of cool. Let me just center this, or I might have to move it to the right because of the text and everything else. So I'm gonna just grab it, copy, and then paste. Perfect. And then this is perfectly center, as you can see. Then the skin is kind of like too close to the copy, so I'm gonna just bring it here. Then the product needs to be on front, so you can either right click and bring forward and keep doing that, or you can just like bring to front, which did the trick. So this is perfect. All right, I think it's looking pretty cool. There you go. Let's just bring this also into the picture. Just grab it and perfectly align that. There you go. And then we do have some lines here that, you know, they're gonna be supporting the whole layout. All right, so let's zoom in so that way we can go even closer. Whoops. You see how you hover over the element and it kind of like shows you like, okay, you can click now and drag. So you got to be careful when you're working on files. I want to go over, and then maybe this line, maybe I wanted to kind of like be closer to the one. If we do this, let's see how that looks like. Okay, that looks good. I like that. All right, perfect. And now we need to bring the other elements. This bad boy. All right, we're gonna paste it somewhere here. We're gonna align it with our guides, and then bring it all the way up. Maybe about there. That's good. And then let's bring this to the picture as well. And let's put it there, like kind of like offset. And then one thing I noticed is that we have like this counter here, like from 0 to 5, but then we only have 3 products. So what I'm going to do is just like duplicate this products maybe, and just like, like about there. So that way we have like 5 products in there. And maybe let's do something. Let's do something in here. Maybe we can make this a little bit bigger since it's the, the one that is selected. You can hold down Shift Alt to keep it in the center and just like pull those corners. Okay, I think I like what I see here. It's good. All right, we have a button here. So let's go into the button section. And I want to do something else in here. So I'm going to just like right click and convert this into a component. And then what I'll do with my component selected, I'm going to just like click and it's going to create the component. And then I'm going to click the on the component section. I'm going to click the plus sign. I'm going to add a hover state. And then let's just call it button hover state. And what you could do here is actually click on the background of your button and then just like press I, and I drop that color. Yeah, I think I kind of like it, but it's kind of dark. So I'm going to just like go into my color here and just like pull this up a little bit. So that way it's not that dark, and bring some light to it. Okay, I kind of like that. That's perfect. So this is the hover state, and this is the default state. So what I'm going to do, since this is a component, I'm going to bring it over to here. I'm going to get rid of this one. And then let's just test this out. Let's see if it works. Okay, perfect. It does work. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Okay, what else are we gonna do? We're gonna add some transitions, maybe some micro animations in here to make it fun. Let's see. I think we could do something cool with these icons here. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and probably create components out of them. And let's select this. This is a component as a whole, but then I want to create components for each one of them, so that way we can do something cool with it. So let's just press Command or Control G, and then right click, make a component, and then in that component we're going to click again. I'm going to add a new hover state. And then this is kind of like the search, right? This is the search hover state, and then in there, I don't know, maybe what are we gonna do here? Maybe we're gonna make this a little bit bigger, and maybe we can center this. Maybe that will be kind of cool to do. So let's see. So the hover state is this, and then this is kind of like the default state, and then hover state. All right, so I kind of like that. So I'm gonna just bring this over. I'm gonna bring this over to my component library. That's pretty cool. Let's just test this out. So let's just click on the artboard, click on play. Oh, there you go. Look, this looks legit, pretty cool. I love micro interactions. They are great. I think we could do a lot more with this section, maybe making them like bigger if we go and hover over them, or maybe we can just like change this maybe. That could be cool. So let's do that. So let's go in here and let's just create, this one. Let's just right click and create and make a component out of it. Let's do the same thing. Go to the component section, click on it, and then add a new hover state. Click on the plus icon there. And then we're gonna just, let's call it product. And then in the product, we're gonna just like make it bigger, maybe like about there. That's about right. So the default is this. Okay. So the default is this, and then the other, the hover state is that one. So let's just bring this component now into our library as well. So that way it's not in the middle, you know? I like to keep everything pretty clean and consistent. And maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can add this in there. Let's see. We have that micro interaction there, and then we have, oh, there you go. Maybe when we click on it, it's going to go to a different one, or maybe this one. Let's see. All right, so far so good. I really like this. So let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty neat. Maybe in the back here, the skin word, maybe we can just like blend it in. Maybe go into your blending modes and select multiply. And you can experiment, guys. You can actually like go experiment, see what works for you. And then the opacity, maybe I turn it down a little bit so it's not so pronounced. Like about there. I think that's kind of cool. Let's see what else we can do here. Okay, we could probably make, maybe no. Let's do some cool animations. So what we're gonna do is just like grab this whole artboard and just duplicate it. You can hold down Option on your Mac or Alt on your PC. And then this is going to be the second one, which is kind of like your main one. And what we're going to do is go to the first one. And then this, we're going to, whole component, we're going to bring it down just a tiny bit. And then we're going to, the opacity, we're going to put it to 0. And then this component, the product, we're going to go up just a little and then do the same thing. Go to your appearance panel here and then just like dim it. And then the skin, we're gonna go down just a tiny bit, and then instead of 62 we're gonna go down to 0. And then this last one, let's just bring it down a little bit. I press to move them together. I click on the object and then hold down Shift to select both of them and then move them. And then we're going to do the same thing and just like bring it down. That's perfect. And then what we're going to do, since we're going to be animating this stuff, so we're going to click on the main, you know, on the first one, and then we're going to go into the top left and click on the prototype tab. Then once you're there, you're going to click and drag and to the next one. Let's go there. And then the transition, when you click on your transition here, instead of tap the trigger, what we're going to do is actually, we're going to click on time, and then delay is 0. And then the transition, we're going to do auto animate. And then the easing, we're going to do ease in and out because it's kind of nice and soft. And then for the duration, you can start experimenting with different, you know, numbers in here, but we're gonna go with 0.8 just to see how that looks. And then let's just play this to see how that plays out, shall we? Ooh, there you go. But it happens too fast. So what if we maybe make it a little subtle, not that fast. So click again. Remember, you are in your prototype mode, so that way you're animating. Click on the time here, the trigger, that's perfect. And then the duration is 0.8 seconds. So let's go down to 1 second. I think that's perfect. All right. So 1 second, let's go again. There you go. Let's watch it again. If you're on a Mac, you just press Command Return or Command Enter. On a PC is Control Enter, and it will auto animate. Like it'll replay it again. That's kind of cool. And then we see our button here, and then we see our pretty cool micro interaction there. And then let's see here, we have this that it grows a little bit. Maybe we can, add this type of title that shows up when you hover over this. That could be a really cool thing. But I'm gonna focus on maybe creating another page with another product. So let's go back to the design, and then from the last one, which is kind of like the full view of the page, we're gonna drag it down, hold down Option and drag, or just like simple copy, like Control C or Command C, and then just V to paste, right? So we're gonna delete that, and then what we're gonna do is, now that we have it here, maybe this is product number 2, maybe, I don't know, product 2. And then what we're gonna do is actually go inside there, and what if we grab this one? I'm gonna copy this. I'm going to remove this one and then paste the new one in. Just grab it, and then let's make it bigger and put it in here. In order to make it bigger and proportional, you have to hold down Shift Option and then drag it. If you press down Shift, it does the same thing, but it's just like going into, like one of the corners. But if you do it like with Option or Alt on your PC, it's like from the center, that's what we want. So let's do something like that. Then duplicate it again, duplicate this, Command C, Control or Command V to paste. And then let's grab it from the corner, make it smaller, maybe like about there. I don't know, maybe should be on the same level. And then I wanted to make a shadow. So I'm gonna grab the ellipse tool and then just create a shape there, remove the border, and then let's use the picker and grab, probably this is too dark, so we're gonna just play with probably this. Now let's go back again, Command Z, and then from this effect panel, just click on the blur and then just blur it out, and then move it to the back. So drag it, put it in there. It's way too pronounced, so we're gonna just dim it a little bit. So the opacity here, just like bring it down a little bit, and then just group them all. So select them all, and then press Command G, Control G on your PC, and then now you have it. That's kind of like your entire thing. All right, so far so good. I think we can maybe make this smaller, maybe make it smaller. Maybe we bring this down to this one, and maybe this one we make it bigger. And then instead of BU cream, I don't know, let's call it, I don't know, lotion maybe. Lotion, and then we're gonna get rid of that C. Boom, that's great right there. Okay, that's good. Alrighty, let's see what else we can do to make it, kind of like different, or I don't know. I think that's pretty good. So let's just animate this again and just integrate it within our whole experience now. So from here, if we click on this one, for example, or Command click, just like drag it, go to here, tab auto animate, ease in and out, and then 1 second. So let's go into the main flow. Let's press play. Perfect. This works. This works. And then let's click on it. Perfect. That's it. I think we got it, guys. So let's replay it again. Great. This is pretty cool. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching this whole thing. Join our community by posting your work on our Discord. We have amazing mentors that can help you level up your skills and other creatives to inspire you. So thank you so much, guys, again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.